Okay. That right there, Blade Brown with Money Songs. And of course, like we've been telling you guys since the since the beginning of the week, we're joined with Blade Brown.
What's
up,
good,
Blade?
my brother? Yeah, man, we're in here. What's
yes,
good, man?
Yes, Bags and Box is out now.
Yeah, man, it's out.
How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. You know, the love, I can feel the love still, man.
Trust
it's crazy,
me.
man.
You know, I have to rate you, man. You're doing promo everywhere. You're getting about. You're tweeting. You're online. What's up? Like, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, well, you got, people can't buy something that they don't know about. So, you got to make sure the promo's right, man.
True.
Yeah.
People, and you actually addressed it in one of your songs. You said people were waiting for the trilogy. They were waiting for it.
Yeah,
Blade,
but
why did it take so long, man?
Even before I finished the last one, they were asking for 3. Before I finished 2. Obviously, sometimes my projects take long because, most of my music is based on like life experiences. So, you gotta go away and live before. You
gotta go and live that life.
Just dropping 2-3 mixtapes a year, that's crazy, man. You must be making up stuff, you understand, to rap about. So I like to go away, live life, come back and share my experiences.
Rap social.
Yes, people, Blade Brown with Young's Tef and J Space. That's that Showtime remix.
Yeah.
Now, back to the thing, man. Like, obviously, you had a couple of features on that. You had Young's Teflon, and you had J Space on that.
Yeah.
Now, what about you had some collabs featuring Skepta.
That's it.
Yeah. So talk about that. It's quite a big track right there. I mean, it wasn't the first time you guys collaborated, also.
Yeah, no, it's not the first time we done a song together, but obviously this time around we kind of wanted to make something a bit different, something a bit more kind of like, for the clubs and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, that's what we was kind of going for with that track still.
Now, was it because he's quite popping right now, obviously, and you did man yourself. I mean, was it something that you guys worked in the studio together, or was it sending tracks or something like that?
No, we went to the studio and just went through beats, picked our favorite beat and just worked on it and come up with a hook idea first, then just started going in on it.
Being that you guys collaborated before, I mean, how was it? How was the studio session like? What's the environment like?
What, in studio with Skepta?
Yeah, with Skepta, yeah.
He's just a man that just goes in the corner and goes in the zone, so he's on some. Yeah, he's up to something. Yeah. So yeah, man, it just kind of makes everybody kind of go in on the track, man.
Another heavy collab was with Fekky. Fekky's another man at the moment as well. Talk about working with Fekky.
Obviously he come down to the studio as well, man. That track's gas, energy. That's what he's about. So yeah. I
mean, was there anybody else you kind of wanted to like work with on the tape that you didn't have to? Because I mean, a couple 18 weeks ago on Insta, you said you're gonna work with Snap Capone with Back to Box, but that actually didn't come out.
Yeah, what it was is we actually done a track. But when we kind of went back and listened to it, we didn't feel it as much as when we first made it.
Would the streets hear it though?
Maybe, possibly, but like I said, we listened back to it, we didn't feel it that much. And because of timing and stuff like that, we didn't have time to make another track. But I definitely got things with Snap coming soon, so yeah, man.
Dope. Most of the people that we mentioned, like kind of like the Skeptas and the G Fresh even was on your tape.
Yeah.
Most of them were kind of like put into the Mobos, and a lot of people didn't quite have like a big year, but they were at the Mobos. But someone like, on the other hand, Young's Teflon was kind of like a street-oriented artist. He wasn't recognized at the Mobos. Do you think that kind of like street culture should be represented at the Mobos?
Yeah, definitely, but at the end of the day, you gotta understand what the Mobos is, isn't it? Like, if you look at like back in the day and stuff like that, it was only kind of like artists like Damage and, you know what I'm saying? Like them kind of, we used to look at the Mobos like we'd never be able to get on there. So I think this year, it was a bit closer to our scene, do you understand? So I think it is getting closer to that, but obviously they can't. Like the music I make, I wouldn't look at the Mobos and be upset that I didn't get nominated because I don't make that kind of music. Do you understand? So,
would you like to be nominated? Of course, right?
It doesn't. Yeah.
It doesn't faze you right now.
It doesn't. Nah, because I'm not trying to. A lot of people, they make like singles and stuff for the radio and stuff like that, so they're supposed to be there. Do you understand? Whereas I've never really done that. I make music that I like and mainly music for the street. So
you talked about kind of like the early days of music and the early days of, you were kind of there around the early days of UK rap.
Yeah.
I mean, tell us about how that kind of differs from now to then.
Them days are a lot different, obviously, because there wasn't as much outlets as there is now. Like the internet's changed everything. Back in them days, you just had mixtapes, radio, and DVDs, and that's it. Do you understand?
Yeah,
so,
I feel you.
And I feel like there was a little bit more quality control because of that. with the internet now, anyone can slap a video on YouTube, and so it was a bit different back then still.
Dope. Yeah, so obviously it's Bags and Boxes 3. The streets are kind of going crazy. You had them waiting for a while.
Yeah,
what's kind of the personal favorites that personal favorite tracks that you like to work on?
That I like to work on.
That you like to work on, or even listening to.
I think my favorite track on there is, it's probably not one of the most complex tracks, but it's my favorite sounding song, Trafficking.
Yeah,
like when I'm driving.
That's what people are, yeah,
when I'm driving around, I like to listen to that. There's a song called The Come Up, talking about the old school kind of days. That's another favorite. Obviously the intro. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Now you co-signed Lil Torment heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy. Is there any other artists that you like to co-sign, like in terms of like the new generation, upcoming artists that are coming up?
There's a few, obviously, because I feel like there's a lot of artists that kind of like around the areas that we're from that kind of don't get the recognition that they deserve. So that's why I always kind of try and work with them. There's artists like Val Grease. That's what I'm kind of working with at the moment as well still. So there's a lot, man. Whoever you see me working with, that's who I'm kind of co-signing still.
Dope. Obviously, Bags and Boxes 3 season. What's the next singles? What's the next videos dropping off the tape?
I'm going to wait a little bit and see kind of what response I kind of get, from the tracks, but I'm definitely gonna push out the Skepta one as a single. So I'm gonna see which other ones. Maybe Drug Dealer. It's called Drug Dealer. It's like a girl-based tune. Do you understand? So yeah, man, we'll see. We're just gonna see what reception we get from the tape.
So Bags and Boxes 3, you ended the trilogy. Is there gonna be a fourth Bags and Boxes? I'm not rushing.
Do you know what it is? Every time, all of these tapes, I've never really planned on keep it going. It's just the demand. Obviously, like Instagram and Twitter kind of brings you closer to the fans. So if they keep asking and demanding for something, then you'd be stupid not to give it to them. Do you understand?
Of course.
So yeah, man.
Or you can do an album.
Could do an album, definitely, man.
What about it? What's your thoughts on a Blade Brown album? What's that gonna differ? Because you've been putting out mixtapes so far.
Yeah.
So what's a Blade Brown album?
I think the album, obviously, it will differ to a mixtape. A mixtape's more just kind of like raw going in. Even though the mixtapes are kind of structured songs, I think the album I'll probably touch on things I've never touched on before, make kind of music and beats I never, do you understand, without going too far away from what I've done. So yeah, man, that's what you could kind of expect from an album from me.
Dope. One thing I was quite disappointed, I wanted that Blade Brown live show.
Yeah.
I seen you just tweeted something out, but it's in January.
Yes, in January, yeah.
But can we expect a show like Bags and Boxes show?
There's definitely going to be a Bags and Boxes show.
Wow.
Like I'm saying, we're going to let the mixtape kind of just settle for a little bit, And then obviously a few months or so, we're going to look to do definitely a Bags and Boxes show, 100%, yeah.
We definitely have to let the mixtape settle down, people, because it just came out this morning.
Yeah.
Let them know where they can get that tape, let them know where you're going to be at, the Twitter, everything, let them know.
Yeah, man, we can get that on iTunes and all digital stores. The Twitter's at Blade Music, Get at me, let me know your thoughts on the tape and that, man. But yeah, it's out now, man. Go and get that if you like real music. Also, OT3 coming soon. There's no date on that, but that's produced by Khans, featuring me, Mental, Skrilla,
Shout out Mental, shout out Skrilla. They're both in the studio with us right now.
Yeah.
One thing I have to say, Blade, before we wrap this up, this is the first time I actually seen the mixtape everywhere on my timeline. Even people that I didn't even think listen to UK rap are tweeting out there.
That's good, man. It's good to hear that, man.
Yeah. Obviously, you heard it from him. Get that Bags and Boxes 3 on iTunes now. Yeah, that was Blade Brown. Shouts out to Blade Brown. Love for coming through, man.
Yeah, man. Respect for having me, man.
Dope. That was Rap Social. We're going to get into the next one. We're going to get in with Loic Essien with the Nobody remix.